Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is just a quick video to help you organize your materials for your portfolio. Enough of you have sort of had questions about how to structure it, so I wanted to give you a visual that you could follow. Here, under the required materials, I color-coded the main sections of the portfolio that you should subdivide using the Adobe Spark features. So you'll have at least one tab for Epic Quests, one tab for Focus Meditations, one tab for Solo Guild Trials, one for additional components, and one for concluding remarks. At the minimum, you can always add more stuff if you want to. But let's hop over to the Adobe Spark page here. By this point, I've already sort of logged in, so just make sure you sign in with your credentials. You go in to create a project, and you go down to web page. So forgetting any of the other options, it's not a graphic, it's a web page. It's a scrolling web page, but it is a web page. Once you're here, you're going to do one of the easiest options. I would say just do split layout. If you do split layout, you can just do as many as you need, and those will sort of serve as the subdivisions. So I'm just going to add another one, and then I'm going to add another one. I'm going to do it 2 more times. You can see that as they're being added, it sort of does a nice job of doing this back and forth between right and left, so you get a nice variety instead of everything on one side. You can always change that if you press this button once you've added some images, but at this point, I basically have most of the shell done for my portfolio. Here, I would change the title, maybe to, something fun, whatever you want to call it. Here, I might add some details. Oh, I misspelled that. Here, I might add some details about the class. So English 101, spring 2020. Whatever other info you want there, just add it in. Then really the only other option is to, add some photos in for your theme. So with this, I already had a theme in mind. I thought there's this graphic that I really like when I look up stars. So I'm going to find free photos, and I'm just going to look up stars. And this will be my ongoing theme, and I could rationalize it for you. But let's just choose the image that I'm a fan of. Here it is. So that's going to be my cover now. And because that'll be my ongoing theme, then you can imagine I'm just going to do a similar image in this section here, but maybe this one, because that one's pretty cool too. Let's go and add a few more to these other ones. Just some that you're interested in, some that you like. I'm just going through it quickly so you can see the finished product in a short amount of time. Let me add 2 more just so you can really see this thing finalized. Kind of like this. It's one of those like time loops. And final one right here. Why not this one here? I mean, I chose some similar looking ones, but they're not all exactly the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and start naming off the sections. So if you recall, the first section was Epic Quests Essay Packet. So let's go ahead and write that here. Add some text, Essay Quest, or Essay Packet. And I'm going to use the option here to turn it into the biggest font because it is a subdivided section. And then I'm going to center it because I feel like it'll look nicer that way. And that would be my first subdivision for my first essay. You can imagine that I'm going to do the same here with these. So we'll call these Focus Meditations. And you can make them this size or the other size. I just go with the biggest font because I think it looks the nicest, but you can make it your own. It's not too many options you get, so it is a fairly limited platform, but it all looks really nice once it's done. You would have to add an index right before your main tab, so maybe you create one using text, sort of say how your work is going to be organized. And that's basically it. Once you've added your main components under each of these sections by adding in text, adding in buttons, if you add a button for your proposal, for example, you simply do proposal 1, hyperlink your actual document, and then that's it. Choose to put it in the center or in the middle or on the right. That's just one of the ways that you can do the portfolio, but at the very least, you get a pretty clear option.